Ever wondered why a little piece of green paper holds such value? Why isn't the US dollar still linked to gold? Ponder this for a moment. The gold standard, once upon a time, was the financial bedrock of many economies, including the United States. Under this system, the value of the dollar was directly convertible into a specific amount of gold. This concept, though seemingly archaic, played a pivotal role in shaping our financial landscape. Stick around to find out why the US dollar isn't tied to gold anymore. To understand the change, we need to journey back to the early 20th century. A pivotal moment in history, the Gold Standard Act of 1900 established the gold standard in the United States. This was a time when our dollar was as good as gold, literally. Every dollar in circulation was backed by its equivalent in gold reserves, bringing stability and confidence to the economy. This golden era wasn't without its challenges. The outbreak of World War I put unprecedented pressure on nations, leading many to temporarily abandon the gold standard. The war required huge financial resources, and countries needed more flexibility to print money than the gold standard allowed. This was a short-term solution, but it planted seeds of doubt about the long-term viability of the gold standard. This era was a time of economic stability, but also one of growing tensions and uncertainties, and as we'll see, these pressures would eventually lead to radical changes. But the real shakeup was yet to come. Fast forward to the 1930s, the world economy was in shambles, and the US needed a solution. Amidst the dust and despair of the Great Depression, the United States took a step away from the gold standard with the Gold Reserve Act of 1934. This act allowed the government to increase the amount of money in circulation without increasing the gold reserve. Next, we leap to 1944 and the Bretton Woods Agreement. Here, world powers decided to tie their currencies to the US dollar, which was still partially backed by gold. This effectively established the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. The final nail in the coffin came in 1971. In a move that shocked the world, President Nixon announced that the US would no longer convert dollars to gold at a fixed value. This decision completely severed the tie between the US dollar and gold. And just like that, the era of the gold standard was over. So what happened after the gold standard was abandoned? The immediate aftermath saw an increase in economic flexibility, allowing the Federal Reserve to adjust monetary policy more freely. However, this also opened the door for inflation, as there was no physical limit to the amount of money that could be printed. In summary, the gold standard was abandoned due to economic pressures and the need for more financial flexibility. Today, the value of the US dollar is determined by supply and demand and the trust that people have in its value.